I'm not going to let him introduce it. He says, let me introduce it. I'm not going to do that.
Okay, go to.
I'm not going second fiddle on this.
What do we got?
Hi.
What do we got, Dizzy?
Hey, vinyl community. Listen, this is a grab bag. Dizzy has not seen these records. These are from the Champs collection. And so it'll be a surprise to me. So I don't know if I have anything to say about them. I may not, because I may not be familiar with them.
You done?
But maybe he hits something, he gets right in my wheelhouse, and I go, whoa, I tell you, I read the book on this. I can tell you all about it, the year it was released and all the people in the band. So let's see what he's got. Are you curious? I am. Let's see what you got.
You done? Okay.
I am done.
It is not a grab bag.
It's not a grab bag?
It is one artist. It's a featured artist. And this artist, well, it might be two artists. I think it's two artists, if I remember right. But
you're not sure if it's one artist or two artists?
They're related.
They're related?
They're related. And you can maybe guess who the other relation
Are
is.
they the Righteous Brothers?
No. It's the Adderleys.
Nat and Cannonball.
There you go. So we have Cannonball, Domination Cannonball, Adderley, with orchestration, arranged and conducted by Oliver Nelson, which, if I want Oliver Nelson's right up there. I mean, I think he did some great stuff. So I always enjoy, whenever I see something with Oliver Nelson, I'm pretty quick to pick it up.
Here's the problem.
Uh-oh.
There is several problems here.
Oh, no.
Cannonball Adderley started with Oscar Peterson. He was in the audience in New York City. And
Adderley was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cannonball Adderley. He was a college professor of music. And so was his brother Nat. He went to New York. He had no idea about becoming a member of a band or anything else. But he brought his horn to the Oscar Pettiford performance.
Oscar Pettiford or
Pettiford.
Oh, okay, because I think you said Oscar Peterson.
No, I didn't mean that.
Oscar
Pettiford.
Pettiford. Okay.
And
And when did Oscar Pettiford play? What was his instrument?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm not sure. I'm not going to go on.
Oh, okay, all right.
I'm not sure.
Don't step off the cliff.
No, I don't want to step off a cliff. He did not have a big career or anything. But anyway,
I've seen his name on records.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, and he liked him so much he hired him, replaced his sax player with him.
Mm-hmm.
Cannonball dropped out of being a professor of music in Florida and came to New York, and soon was making records with Miles Davis, and he's on Kind of Blue.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's,
With John Coltrane.
Yeah.
So we have here a historic guy, and his early recordings should be on like Prestige or something other than Capitol. Capitol is not
There's
known.
one of your problems, right? Capitol.
Capitol, that's another one of the problems. Capitol.
What was your other problem?
Well, see what it is you take a jazz artist and you want to make him middle of the road. You want him to milk himself down.
Right.
Don't go too far.
Now, wait. Who wants that? The
record
company.
label.
Oh, yeah,
We don't want that. We aren't interested in selling to
go ahead and
jazz
make it
fans.
interesting.
We want this to go on turntables with
Mitch
cocktail
Miller.
lounges.
I want some Mitch Miller. Please.
Yeah, right. Go straight across the
Wonderful.
spectrum of everybody. Easy listening. Hey, I don't want you to fall into jazz. Make yourself into easy listening. So it's hard. Though these records, you have a historically great player, and he's got in his band Nat Adderley and later Joe Zawinul.
Zawinul.
Who wrote some great tunes.
Weather Report. And
Heavy
Weather.
So, but he's a keyboardist, and so he had great band members. But they were asked so many times, not to do their charts, but to take Capitol and their arrangers and people who put music in front of them and said, "Here, just play what we're providing you."
But it is Oliver Nelson, as far as the conductor and arranger. So
Oliver Nelson, I don't care if it's Nelson Riddle. It could have been Nelson Riddle.
You
it
still
still,
might
it still would have been
try to water it
Capitol's management going, okay,
Yeah,
this is
well,
what we want.
Well,
These
hopefully-
records
hopefully still
are to Dizzy, are to me very good records, and to the Champ. But they sell for very little money usually.
Here's another one. This one's on a really odd label, Landmark. Well, it says Riverside here, so this must be a release of, a re-release of that record.
Well, you
right?
see, I was right. I said his original records were on Prestige. Riverside was a division of Riverside Records.
Prestige Records.
Prestige Records. Right. So,
So,
at any rate,
this
but that's a really good. If you get the original Cannonball Adderley records on Riverside, now you're talking. Now you're talking about the gold. Or as a member, and Cannonball Adderley didn't just go with Miles Davis. Those are historic records with Miles Davis. But he played with other.
And this one he's got Yusef Latif, and
Latif,
Joe Zanwindle, and Sam Jones, and Lewis Hayes on drums.
I don't know Lewis Hayes, but all those others are
And he's got Nate.
legendary jazz players.
He also has Nate Adderley on there too, so he's
Yeah.
he's got them all. Here's a live one, Cannonball Adderley live. Little Boy with the Sad Eyes, work song, Sweet Georgia Bright, the song My Lady Sings, and theme. There's an interesting title, but that's Cannonball Adderley live. And yes, $4.99 at Goodwill, folks. Yeah. And unfortunately,
years
it's on
ago.
Capitol. But and then the final record I have is, like I said, the other Nate Adderley. This is called Hummin', and he's got Hummin', Midnight Over Memphis, The Traveler, theme from MASH, Listen to the Rain, Amor Sonardor. Oh boy, I'm mispronouncing that, I'm sure. And Valerie.
And all the members of the group, other than that Adderley, I've never heard of. And these
Stubblefield.
these tracks reek of being supplied by the record label. Midnight Over Memphis. I can just see Nat Adderley looking at that and going, please don't do this to me. Not to me. Theme from MASH. Oh, please, not that.
Leonard Feathers wrote the liner notes on this one.
And he's probably going, oh, this is fantastic. This is wonderful. Outstanding.
Well, it's not as long as some of his notes I've seen in the past on records.
And again, Nat Adderley did record, like Cannonball, a few albums and look for them on labels like Prestige Riverside, Contemporary.
Yeah, this is really an unusual. Little David. I mean, they mostly did comedy records.
Yeah.
So that's yeah. But that's that's
It's a
sometimes the way.
payday. It's just a payday.
Yeah, sometimes that's the way it is when I'm looking for records. I find something that's inexpensive, but not going to be.
I would like to explain something that you learn when you read the books about Miles Davis, Thelonious Monk, John Coltrane. Doesn't matter. Art Pepper, all these different guys. Because at the time, with drugs, poverty, traveling, and everything else, and racial discrimination, was hard to get reservations, especially through the South and everything else. They would do a record, and the label would say, I'll pay you for 3 albums, I'll pay you up front, or most of it up front, but you'll never have any record royalties. And in today's standards, it might be 3 records for $1,000 or 3 records for $500.
Right.
And remember, that $500 has to be split over 3 or 4 men.
Right.
So it's really just, it gave them a week's pay or something.
So
but at the time,
it's a little bit like Spotify.
yeah, and so
musicians getting paid nothing.
These guys were desperate, and the record labels knew it. And I remember seeing Thelonious Monk in San Francisco at the Both And I when I didn't live in San Francisco, I saw those ads for the Both And. I thought this place would be a big club. I went to see it, and it was a storefront, and the window to the storefront, they put a platform there and put the band in the window, put glazed over the window with black spray paint. And it had a small bar, and it had, maybe 10, 12 tables. And just like we've talked about, everybody was having a great time drinking and smoking and laughing, and they didn't even give Thelonious Monk and his band the time of day.
I see.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
I mean, I was like,
they're there, but they aren't listening.
oh no, and and that Thelonious Monk especially is somebody you got to listen to and concentrate on, because he's really lightly touching those keys, and he's like hitting dissonant notes, and you just have to kind of figure out what's going on.
Maybe he changes his program for the clubs. I don't know.
Oh, that is not your, if you want to be in and this was right in the heart of what I would call the Haight-Ashbury district and the Fillmore. It was on the border of both. And I mean, this was a lively crowd.
What was the name of the club again?
Both and.
Both and?
Both and.
BOTH?
A-N-D. And what it had a slash in between the two.
Both
slash and.
So alcohol and music. Maybe both. We got both the things you want.
If you look it up on the internet, you'll definitely see the history of this jazz club in San Francisco. And you can even see who played there and the size of the club and the years it started and when it finished. It was a number of years. I'd say I'd go 10 to 12 years it was in existence at least.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And I first started following it when I was in high school and then in college, and then I had to wait till I was 21 years old, which probably was, when I was graduating from college, which I never did do, but I thought it was. But I was able to finally then go to the both and I was so disappointed with the, don't go there. Don't go there.
Yeah, no, that's always rough when you go see somebody. And I remember going to see Tower of Power one time at a casino, and there was a drunk guy in front of us that just was standing up the whole time and being belligerent. And just about the time we were ready to say, "Hey, can someone take this guy out of here?" The band says, "Hey, let's all get up and dance." And so it's like, oh, well, I've given us all permission.
I've even been with people at a bar type thing with music and all, and I thought I was going to be in a bar fight, and I was going to be the victim. In other words, this guy is over here, and the guy that's really
you just happen to be in the middle,
up, and I'm in the middle, and I think these two are going to rumble.
Yeah.
Where am I going to be?
Yeah, I'd be looking for the door quick. Or something.
I'm with this guy, but I don't want to be in the fight.
Yeah. No.
Not a brawl.
Yeah. No. All right, so that's it for the Adderleys. And thanks. You had a lot of fun information there. And I'll keep looking for some other ones of Adderley. I always like, did he do Mercy Mercy?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's his keyboardist, you want to say with the Z?
Oh, Zoe. Yeah. He wrote that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always love that one.
So a lot of that comes it's a good point. That sometimes Cannonball Adderley gets all the attention, but it actually came from a member of his band. And that's always great for any, whether it's rock, blues, jazz, it doesn't matter. It's always great if you have other members of your group that can supply you with material.
Right.
And keep it going for you.
Yeah, and it's like I was talking to Corky Siegel, and he was talking about, I'm going to forget the guy's name again. Steve.
No. Yeah.
City of New Orleans.
Yeah, City of New Orleans.
And anyway, he wrote, this guy wrote it, right? Oh, God, I really should know his name. I'll write down there below us. Anyway, he's got like
Steve Goodman.
There you go. Thank you, Steve Goodman. So Steve Goodman wrote this song, and
it's one of those deals where he wrote that song early in his career,
right?
And yet he held it back a little bit into his career, and when he put it out himself, it was a modest hit. But when later on other people recorded it,
right, Right. Well, the one guy I'm trying to think of that recorded it is Arlo Guthrie.
Oh God, yeah.
And so Arlo
Good.
Guthrie did it,
Very
and
good.
it did
That
well.
was a big hit one for him.
Did well, and that was like, oh, okay, And the funny thing was, Corky was talking about how he was playing. Corky was playing in his band, Shingle Schwal band, and Steve Goodman was in the audience playing his guitar, and and Corky was like, well, if you're going to play, why don't you come up here and play with us? So brought him on stage, and then he introduced him to John Prine, and so it turned out to be a good thing all the way around. But it's funny how some of those musicians have a great song, and just like you say, someone else releases it, puts it out, and has a little more notoriety, and it becomes big, and that launches them. So it's all good. All
My
around.
favorite rendition of the City of New Orleans is by Willie Nelson, because he really sells that way nobody else can sell it.
It is interesting how there are those artists that to just have a way of putting it a different way. I remember Willie Nelson's record where he's Stardust, and he does a bunch of classics, but he puts his little spin of magic on it, and just the whole record just is tasteful. And
Sometimes it's the phrasing, and that's what I noticed in the City of New Orleans was that he there's a point there in the lyrics where it goes, "Hello, America," something, and when he does it, he actually looks at the audience and he goes, "Hello, America," and he sells it.
Sells it, yeah, salesmanship, great. Okay, well that's it, and champ out, and we'll catch you next time.
Hey, Dizzy out too, but as always, please leave some comments. We really appreciate comments. And there's so few people in this world that want to comment. And that's too bad, isn't it, champ?
Well, if they're going to say, I really hate how you stumble on Steve Goodman.
Hey,
you
I've
really
seen
should
other
know him.
vinyl community guys, they say, you can even trash us if you want. You can
Wow.
say, yeah.
Really?
You can even go, hey, thanks. You can say, I liked it. Anything, We just like to get some feedback.
Well, the like it is okay.
Or they can say, Cannonball Adderley on Capitol, we liked it, we didn't like it, whatever. Or when he was with Miles Davis, loved it, this and that.
Yeah. Okay.
Look at that from all sides, okay?
Both sides now.
All right. I'm out.